In this video, I'm sharing some of my vintage footage. So if you have very fine Afro textured hair, this can perhaps be some encouragement and can show you what you can look forward to. I'm inviting you to radical self-acceptance, celebrating what you have and exploring health and confidence over beauty. We're all at our most attractive when we are healthy.
It's always a joy and relief to be able to go into the water and not have to worry about my crown. So there's no oil, no product in it. And just to show my locks that have combined, now you can see them starting to come in flat. So fortunately, there isn't any product built up in there because I'm not using any products. So as someone with fine Afro textured kinky hair that is very, very delicate, you know, it's really something to embrace the cottony frizz, you know, rather than trying to suck it down with the water or whatever. It's just it's frizzy and it's naturally soft. So it's interesting, back in the day when I used to use conditioners even from the health food store, I would always be thinking, oh, you know, you want conditioner to make it soft, but it's soft on its own, you know, without all the conditioners. So this is just rinsed with water, and my scalp is very clean. The soft hair is very, very soft. It doesn't have a smell. It just doesn't really need anything. And yeah, that's it. But it doesn't need anything. The biggest thing is constantly just embracing the frizz. And my hair doesn't like a lot of pulling on it. It was started with double strand twists. So the areas where they would twist and where I had lots of shells, it's very delicate. Right, you can see here where I said it's squished down. It's very compact. I used to put lots of shells and beads on it. So I'm starting to see some length, but I don't know if this is even 1 full year of letting them combine. It's less than a year of letting them combine, and they will be, because my hair is so fine and thin, super flat. You can see the sun is coloring my hair. So I'm just leaving it. Usually when I'm doing
Greetings, this is Body-Culinary with a lock update. So here's what's going on with my semi-freeform lock. So my hair is very, very fine, kinky, coarse. Some people would say 4C, maybe some areas where it's a little bit softer. But in any event, these are my kinky, very fine, delicate coils. And it's the kind of hair, it's not very dense. So I like, even when my hair was a loose natural, styles that really make my hair look fuller. So these are the result of pipe cleaner curls. Now my hair doesn't hold long. I've tried numerous steps of adding oil to my hair, which does not feel good. It's very clogging to my skin, and it makes my hair feel very heavy. So you know, I rinsed it out again. I tried a little some oil for a couple of days. I've tried it numerous times, and it just doesn't. It looks great, but it makes my hair heavy, and I'm in the garden a lot, so I'm sure it's drawing a lot of dust and dirt. But in any event, I always feel like my hair grows very slow, but it just grows at whatever the rate it grows. So now with my very thin, fine locks, and the camera I think makes them look larger. But I can see more length where they're combined and they're growing together. So the hair is so fine that it's definitely growing in flat. So you can see where I curled it. The locks are actually this thin and flat. So I have resolved, I'm just going to have a bunch of flat locks. What I do really enjoy is the fact that they are super duper light, particularly when there's no oil in it. So the sun does bleach them. The camera can make them look, I think, kind of white sometimes. Some people would say that it's dry or coarse, but I think that's just what the hair is. It doesn't necessarily need to, doesn't need a whole lot of stuff. And so it's soft. And if I'm not always putting oil in to have to strip it back out, then the hair gets some kind of a balance where it's not so much dry, it's just more naturally soft. So I'm starting to see some length, and you can see these are coming in flat. So a lot of them are combined because they're so fine. I can see there's quite a bit of them that are probably about this much that's going to break off. So because I used to wear lots of beads and shells in my hair, and again, my hair is so delicate and really can't take it. It doesn't like a whole lot of handling. It doesn't like to be messed with. Also, I have the type of hair that as soon as it dries, it can look very straw-like. So I've had to find a balance and resolve it. I just don't care for the oily feeling. So it makes more sense for me to, what feels better intuitively is to use teas, rosemary, oregano. I have a big oregano bush and some other herbs that I'm growing. So I'm working more with teas right now. There was a time where I had buildup, not from products, but actually from water in the creek from me being more near the bush in Central America, and a sediment started to build up in my hair. And I do notice I have a kind of brown with hints of sandy brown. So when there's residue in my hair, even if it's clean, it will look like it has a grayish tint. So I'm sure that's due to the minerals in the water. So that's really something. Every so often, rarely I'll do a cider vinegar rinse, but for me it's very important not to put things in my hair because everything gets lodged into my hair. So everyone has to find what works for them, but I enjoy the light feeling, and as someone that used to have a lot of acne, things have a tendency to get trapped in my hair and get trapped in my skin, and then I feel like I can't breathe, if that makes sense. So I never really get to see what my hair looks like in the rear. So here's what it's looking like. So this area is not very dense at all. So I have a tendency when exercising to pull them into two. But once it got to a certain length and being so delicate, it's there's lots of breakage. So there'll be lots of shea butters and this and that. And I'm just at a point where I just want to be free. I don't want to be thinking about my hair and my skin. And I also find that having lots of products, even if they're natural, clog up my skin and make me feel like I can't breathe. So I've tried natural oils, olive oil, castor oil, coconut oil over the years, every now and then, maybe once or twice a year, and my scalp just doesn't like it. I find, especially as I'm in the garden a lot, it draws a lot of dirt, and it makes my scalp start to itch. I have no itching with zero products in my hair. So that feels good. It feels freeing, in addition to not having oil all over everything, and in the heat, not having heat and oil clogging my skin. So my skin will have a sheen or a shine from the living foods and the living fats I'm eating from the inside, and lots of living water in the food, but not from oil on my skin. It's coming from the inside out, if that makes sense. And my hair also feels very light. I found when I was using oils, between using oils and then washing it, I found that my hair started to feel stiff. And initially, because my hair is so light, I actually wanted the feeling of heaviness to make me feel like I had weighted hair, because my hair is so fluffy and not dense. So folks out there with light hair, sister girls, women, I'm sure maybe you can perhaps relate when your hair is very, very fine. So that my crown is not thin like sister locks, but they are actually very, very, a lot of them are very, very tiny, not even like almost a third of my finger. And where I used to wear lots of beads and things, they really thinned out. So I can tell that quite a bit is going to break off, as I've mentioned. So I'm constantly in a state of making peace with my hair. But I can feel the locks are more sturdy where I haven't touched it. So I don't know how many I have, not that many. But you can see where there's no retwist. It's flat. I haven't twisted my hair, I don't know. And when I did twist it, it wasn't often. Maybe when I first started, you want to wear certain styles, but I just wanted to be free. So this is all fluffed, and they're combined, some of them, so you can see how it's growing in, and they will be flat because my hair doesn't have the volume. Some of them are going like super duper flat, and I'm okay with that because I like the freeness of not having the products. Freeness, there's such a thing. The lightness, and really being comfortable with the cottony frizz. I think that's really important. Even when I've made natural flax gel, because I'm definitely a person that likes to make my own fresh food and know what's in things. But even the times where I've used flax gel and things, after a while, minimal flaking, but just feeling like always to try to slick something down. I feel like you're fighting against something that is.